recording, ladies and gentlemen. Will this episode of Rob Loves Arguing finish without massive interruptions? Outlook is not good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree with the 8 ball.
Yeah. The 8 ball is going to be correct. We'll see. Cliffhangers. We'll see. We'll leave people in suspense. Welcome to Rob Loves Arguing. We delayed this week's episode to the last minute because I was so certain Trump was dropping a nuke on Tuesday that I didn't want to record because the podcast comes out on Monday, and I thought that would be a terrible look to record a podcast after a nuclear bomb was dropped and just put it out like, you know what I mean? Who wants to listen to and I don't think we were going to get nuked. I believe that the U.S. is very close to using a nuke. You disagree with me, Sanker. Sanker's here. Daniel, the anchor Sanker.
Yeah, and not... You know how they say, oh, I have an educated guess? Mine was an uneducated guess.
You were just guessing.
Not guess, but like a feeling, you know? Like just a feeling like this doesn't feel like how I imagine it feels.
I feel like most of the time, if your gut is telling you a nuclear device will not be detonated, you're going to be correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a pretty safe. So I will say, I did look to put money on this.
Right.
I scoured the internet. Apparently, Polymarket, which odd name.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it sounds like a dating app.
Yeah, for polyamorous.
Yeah. It sounds like if you are in a relationship where you think you're way better than your partner, but you're too insecure to leave. And so you open it up. I feel like that. It sounds like an app for that.
Yeah. Or it's like a bronies thing. You know about the bronies?
Yeah, but that would not be Pony Market.
Well, no, but then I'm thinking. You remember Polly Pocket?
Yeah.
It's a Polly Pocket fan club type thing. Yeah.
Okay. I did feel like there was going to be more to that.
No, I just a very short joke.
Yeah. No, good bit. It was good. So Polymarket had
the bet.
The bet.
Yeah.
And then they took it down, which betting markets are not taking down betting lines because of good taste. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They didn't put up, will America drop a nuclear bomb, yes or no, and decide later on that was in poor taste.
Yeah.
And take it down. I think the only reasonable thing is they put it up going, oh, that's silly. That'll get a little action, you know?
Yeah.
And then as things got a little realer, they realized that, that action might be a little financially dubious.
Oh, because their win is it not happening.
Well, of course, because the odds, their win is whatever isn't incredibly an underdog, right? Ultimately, all these betting markets need is to not have a bunch of people bet on a wild underdog and have it come through.
Yeah.
So, if you bet on the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the championship in the NBA this year, Polymarket's not afraid. None of the betting markets are afraid you hit on that. They'll pay you out. You're gonna go get 5% on top of what you put down. They'll pay that out, no problem. But if they put 1,000 to 1 odds on America drops a nuclear bomb, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, damn, we maybe needed to... Because you can only change the odds for so many people.
Yeah.
You can't retroactively change the people who put money down at 1,000 to 1, right? And as shit gets more likely, and all these betting sites are just too rigged regardless. You know that these betting sites can ban you for winning?
What?
They can ban you for winning.
Well, that's a casino thing. I know that, you know.
Betting sites, same thing. DraftKings, any of these, all the
there's got to be a threshold, I assume. You can't be like, oh, this guy wins $10 every week.
Now, and I know what you're talking about at casinos where they sometimes the money you actually won, they'll try to keep from you for some
Well, I also mean the amount you win has to factor in because if I'm really good at betting, I could probably bet $1 and win $10 every week, right? But they probably don't give a fuck that they're
ultimately.
But if I'm winning $10,000 a week, maybe they do care.
And they can throttle or shut down your account for those things, which I don't know how that's legal ultimately, but
I mean, I guess it's legal in the sense that if you own a business, you have the right to refuse service.
Yeah. And so in Vegas, they've done that with like people who won too much money, and they go like, "Oh, you're card counting or something," which is still fucked up. Even in Vegas, you should be allowed to go, "Hey, we suspect you of card counting, so here's your money. Never come back again."
Yeah.
That is fine, but when they just straight up just don't give you their money because they suspect you, that's a little shady. I don't know how.
You know what's also fucking hilarious about card counting? Card counting is a hilarious thing for them to be mad at because it's in no way cheating the game.
It's just being good at the game.
Yeah.
Like it literally is just not. It's like if they had decided, well, Steph Curry got really good at 3-point shooting, and that's worth an extra point, and that's not really fair. So Steph can't when he shoots the 3-point line, or even just those are only twos for him.
Yeah.
Because he's really good at them. You know what I mean? Like, or just get out of the league entirely.
You know what would be more similar? Because it's only one casino. It'd be more similar to like, Steph Curry. He's really good at threes. He shoots them all the time from one spot, and then one of the other teams goes, he's not allowed to play in our arena because we disagree with his play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think card counting is hilariously should be allowed.
It's based by
It's just playing the game. It's not like that scene in Casino where the guy has like the motor thing that he's like tapping and doing like Morse code to notify the other guy.
Absolutely.
I get it.
Yeah.
You know, hammer that guy's hand. I understand that.
Well, okay, hold on. No, are we wrong on this? Does card counting include a second person?
No.
You're able to card count on your own?
I'm basing this 100% on the movie Rain Man, but yes, you can.
Okay, so because I was basing this 100% on the movie with Kevin Spacey where he fucks those kids. No, but what is the Kevin Spacey movie with the poker?
Is it called 21?
It might be called 21.
Yeah.
So I was basing it on 21, where I believe it was like a college course he taught on card counting, or like they were all like students at a good university that like did it together. It's a true story, apparently. So is him fucking the kids.
Well, not if you ask him.
No, I think he's pretty open about it.
No, he says they
were willingly fucking him. I think his defense was strictly that.
And I guess how do you define kids?
Well, and also, yes, exactly. I believe with Kevin Spacey, he was in the territory of
Come on.
Where he, like when you find out, like in New Jersey, you can fuck him at 16.
Yeah.
Like I think that he was doing like I only fucked him in the state I could fuck him in type of scenarios.
Yep. Who was his big one? Wasn't there like a famous one that he's accused of?
Well, he did definitely do shit with actors.
That's what I mean. Wasn't there a big one? What's his name?
I mean, you're a producer of a podcast.
I'm in the know.
Let's see.
I know what you mean. You can look it up. Yeah, I feel like there was a bigger one that like.
Who was the most famous person Kevin Spacey was accused of being inappropriate with? You got to really massage ChatGPT to give you an answer. Inappropriate with is the best. Because if I said raped, then they just wouldn't give me an answer. It really is truly getting worthless. Anthony Rapp. That sounds right to me.
That sounds, yeah.
He was in Rent and Star Trek Discovery. Speaking of Star Trek, can you pull up Roddenberry? Who was the... here, I'll do this too. Speaking of Star Trek, who was the creator of Star Trek that had the really creepy video of 12-year-olds in their panties?
Oh, God. That's not fun.
Yeah. You think Star Trek is like the highly intellectual,
no,
good one or whatever? Gene Roddenberry, Gene.
Yeah, just
Roddenberry. And look up like just teens on YouTube with him or something along those lines. We'll play that video in a bit. That's a fun one. Not Galaxy Far. What's a Star Trek thing?
No, you're thinking of Star Wars. Yeah.
What's
I don't know. I was less of a Star Trek guy.
Not into Infinity and Beyond. That's Buzz Lightyear, which works with Gene Roddenberry. What's a Star Trek thing? Yeah, whatever. Live Free and Prosperous. Is that a Star Trek thing?
You're whispering into headphones? Not helping. Live long and prosperous.
Yeah. Which is a great thing to say to a little girl you're about to fuck. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
sound like a bar mitzvah kind of type of thing to say. So, yeah, no, pull that up when you can. But
Kids.
kids works. Doesn't have to be teens necessarily.
Yeah.
It's just a
Excerpt-
weird speech of Gene
Okay,
Roddenberry.
well, it says excerpt of an interview with Gene Roddenberry, and that's all. They
Show me the
say.
picture.
He's in a blue shirt, but blue polo.
That's the one. That's the one.
Let's
That's
see
going to
what-
be it. The fact that there's multiples.
Your family.
I've been very fortunate in family. I've had 2 marriages, both happy. In my first marriage, I had 2 lovely daughters. And I had the joy in that marriage of girls. And girls are such delicious, sweet-smelling, wonderful things. I can
And he's got,
still
pause it for a
remember
second. He's got that pedophile whistle to him.
Yeah.
Of like, there's something, is that because your mouth is only big enough for a little kid dick? Is that why you develop
Why you
like
whistle?
that whistle?
Why
Hold on, no, don't put it away. We have more to
no,
listen to
it's
from that.
It's still up. you know,
Okay,
it's still
good.
falling.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're not putting that away yet, but just listen to that little whistle. More, and this is the creator of Star Trek, like one of the longest running. So go ahead. We can
This
do
is a good argument for all the people who like Star Wars.
This is a great Star Wars. George Lucas is not. Listen,
Not
did he
unknown.
make Jar Jar Binks? Jar Jar Binks?
Yes.
A hilarious 1970s black man. Absolutely. Was the like banker in the New Menace or whatever?
No,
was
he was
that a Jew?
He was a slaver.
a slaver. There you
Well,
go.
not a slaver, because he owned a slave, and he owned like a trash. It was a little Sanford and Sonny type business, I
Okay,
believe.
okay.
Yeah.
No. Jar Jar Binks was a Sanford and Son, but there was also characters in it that like ran the banks.
No,
that sounded
no.
like Jews.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. That's later. I thought you meant who's known as a possible Jew is the Anakin Skywalker is owned by a guy. And people
okay,
are like,
okay.
he's an Ashkenazi Jew.
That well, yeah,
clearly.
because he does have.
He does have the no, and
Yeah,
also
yeah,
like
yeah.
his accent in particular is a little New York
Sure.
Ashkenazi
Got
Russian
it, got
Jew
it, got
type.
it,
You know,
which is ironic because it could be Ashkenazi Jew, or they could have been saying Sephardic because that's
well,
also a
I guess
big
it was more the
appendage.
accent.
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
like-
yeah,
and I
yeah,
don't think they were saying specifically Ashkenazi. I feel like at that time there was a lot less discussion of the more browner
Types of Jews.
Yeah,
I do feel like the more you understand the types of Jews, the more anti-Semitic you might be.
Yeah. Oh, like if you're knowledgeable.
You know what I mean? Like that is
Yeah, yeah.
just a. I do find now. Let me walk that back slightly. I think Jewish people in particular, and particularly cultured people, understand there's difference to Jews, but the other people who understand it are people who hate Jews.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
people understand the types of Jews really well.
Yeah, I think that's similar to a lot of racism. Is it's always like the people who know a lot about those people are people who are friends with those people, or people who hate them and want
Really
ammo.
hate those people. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why I know a lot about Italians.
Yeah. Hey, I grew up with a lot of Italians I hated. It was the city where I grew up was a very French Canadian town.
Yeah.
That got I don't want to say invaded. That has a negative connotation to it, but infested.
If the pasta shoe fits.
Yeah. And but by the way, great pizza. But we a lot of the the LaSalle, which is outside of Windsor, where I grew up, where my dad grew up.
Yeah.
I kind of bounced around a lot, but where he
Genetically.
grew up genetically, yeah. Well, I was born in Kitchener to a whore.
Yeah.
But we saw the Italians. They were always the construction workers that were tearing down a forest we liked. So I grew a real animus towards Italians
Right.
through that. It wasn't necessary. It wasn't until later I realized they were garbage animals. I just thought they tore down forests.
Yeah, you didn't like them for the normal reasons. You had your own
Yeah. I had
Yeah,
my
yeah.
own. I had like a Ferngully issue with them.
Sure, you care a lot about silviculture.
Yeah. We good pull.
I just small. I had to take a science class in university. Even like it was called breadth requirement.
Okay.
And dumb me, I'm like, if I'm gonna pass any science course, forestry is my best chance.
Okay.
And you know what? We went into the woods and measured trees. So it was
You nailed it.
Yeah, I did. I got 70 something.
What did you go to university for or school for?
Well, I got in for sociology.
Okay.
I ended up finishing with a double major in history and religion.
Jesus Christ. I feel like
Yep.
things that should fit into this podcast so well, but you constantly come in feeling unprepared.
We don't bring up silviculture as much as you think we would.
Sure. Yeah. Fair enough. Was there like a specific, did you have like in history?
Oh, a field? No,
Yeah.
you do that usually later. A lot of people, you can tell this to any person who's like completed university. It's very possible that if someone has a bachelor's in history, they can tell you a lot of interesting things. It's also much more likely that they took a bunch of history classes, and once you pass like 6 or
Yeah.
whatever, they go, well, that's a major,
Okay.
and that's it. There's certain
Interesting.
little
Okay.
things I remember. Like I took a class about espionage or whatever, and that was pretty cool. So I remember like some stuff. But really, it's if you don't have a master's, you're just come on. You took 6 classes
In something,
on different things. If you took 6 of classes on one subject and went into depth, I think you probably be pretty knowledgeable. But I took 6 different histories.
And there's history and like just the idea that only one. By the way, and I don't mean to be discouraging.
Yeah.
But imagine now you've taken this class in espionage, and none of it will have covered the Jeffrey Epstein files.
No.
You know what I mean? So like probably the greatest espionage there's ever, because I mean it's pretty obvious a honeypotting operation. So that's like a form of espionage in a way.
Yeah.
He's probably on behalf of the Israeli government or even beyond. I also figured out today is such a dumb. People have this about like where they left things and stuff. I just had a moment today where I was sitting down, and for some reason Robert Maxwell came in my head. Are you familiar?
No.
He's Ghislaine's father.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I didn't know his first name.
And there's what I love with if you ever want to see like a weird figure in history in a story he shouldn't be in, watch a documentary or the film made about Tetris.
And he's in it?
So Robert Maxwell is an interesting player in the Tetris story because Tetris was invented in Russia. I don't want to go too deep into this. But Tetris was invented in Russia during the time where you couldn't just purchase things from Russia. There was no free market. There was no business. So you would have had to purchase it from the country of Russia. And so there was this whole sort of intrigue and whatever that went on with who tried to bring Tetris to America and who really had the rights and all these things.
Okay.
And Robert Maxwell is a character in all of this tale. Well, Robert Maxwell met his untimely demise falling off the back of a boat, which is the most sus way you can die.
Yeah.
Like if you fall off a boat.
I mean, there's that or die hanging yourself in prison. Those two.
Yeah, absolutely. Die hanging yourself in prison like horizontally somehow. Like laying down, hung yourself. Falling off a boat is a very suspect way to die. And I thought about that for some reason. That came in my head today. And then I went, oh, yeah, that's where he got all the money. Because this is like a big thing with Epstein is that like,
How to get rich?
how did he even get rich, right? And we all like, I think we kind of fill in the blanks because we're like, well, the kid fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we just assume.
You don't do that for free.
But like, honestly, if you really think about it, as profitable as selling kids to fuck probably is, it's still not as profitable as like oil or, you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
yeah.
like it's way better to sell oil than kid pussy. And I don't even mean morally. I mean just financially.
Yeah.
Because, like, one, way less people need kid pussy, right? Like we don't power our like factories with kid pussy. We don't like. There's so few things run on kid pussy aside from a handful of billionaires that it's just not that great a resource.
I agree with you in the sense that it's most people don't, but I'm not a big believer in the handful of billionaires. I think there's more I'm more of a believer in there's more pedophiles out there than we like to think about.
Well, I just started
Even poor pedophiles.
Tons of poor pedophiles, absolutely. But we catch poor pedophiles. It is a real hornet's nest out there for, I think, poor pedophiles.
I'll say this to help with this. I don't know about you, and you can nod your head to this yes or no. Every girl I've dated molested.
Yeah. Everyone's been molested.
Yeah.
You do have to indifferent because you can't do molested. Now, by an
older
okay
adult by an adult.
Yeah. And like most people, this is why when they always do the pedophiles re-victimized, they're usually victims of childhood abuse themselves.
Yeah.
Everyone's a victim of childhood abuse. Like we can all go to like something and then it just fucks up the actual data of it ultimately. So like that stuff's very difficult but yes, absolutely. I won't disagree with that. And the ones that say they don't, I think were the most. To be completely honest with you. So I've had a couple that have no memories of that, but holy moly, they better have been.
If you dated a girl and she goes, I know, I've never been molested. You go,
like,
oh my God,
good
you poor
are you
girl.
okay? Yeah. It must have been rough. But yeah. So yes, there are lots of poor pedophiles, but I think for the most part, we like catch that for the most part. He shouldn't have had that much money from fucking kids. You know what I mean? Like, can we all, generally speaking, can we?
I've been sitting too long.
Roughly, like, what do you think kid pussy costs? If you had to, like, and I'm talking high quality on the island.
Okay.
This is Bill Gates buying pussy. What is Bill Gates paying for some pussy?
Yeah, because I was going to say, like, not all escorts cost the same. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking high quality, Virginia, Gaffrey, whatever pussy.
Yeah. I'm going with 10 grand.
10 grand? Because I think 10 grand sounds too low even.
Really? Because escorts, a really good one for a night is what, like 1 grand?
I think 1 to 2 if you're paying for like a celebrity type situation.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Not celebrity, but like, porn star situation. Yeah. I think that those tend to run you 1 to 2 grand. Kid is such a crazier situation than like I don't think kid pussy. Who's your favorite porn star?
Oh man, it's a tough question. No, I'm just kidding. Rocky. The Italian stallion. No. Should be an easier question. I'll just throw. Who's that girl?
Just say what everyone knows. This isn't that supposed to be.
Yeah. No,
I wasn't. This wasn't like your fucking. Like we're going to chapters, and it's a Sanker's pick.
Tough.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was
who's
more
my
just,
Mount Rushmore of porn stars.
Yeah. I meant more name a famous porn star you're aware of.
Oh yeah, no. There's one I really like, and I'm trying to remember her fucking name. It's August something. There's I don't know. This is not my favorite, but here's the top one: August Sky.
Sure, I don't even know that one, but I believe that's a porn star.
Black girl.
What do you think August Sky costs you a night if you were going to find her on some sort of like escorting service?
You're right. Her at least $5,000. I'm actually thinking.
Do you think? Okay, I have absolutely no idea.
Yeah.
I bet you the internet will tell you this. Can you find? Don't ask ChatGPT; they'll lie. But I bet you could probably most likely find a price. Like a lot of these porn stars will just escort out. So you could probably find a price online for one of these escorts. Now imagine it's a kid's pussy of the same thing. You know what I mean? Like the hoops that are involved in getting this kid to the island.
They're like pretending you're looking for August Sky Hotel.
I think at least 100,000. Like, it's got to be 100 times more expensive to get kid pussy.
Yeah, no, I think that's too far because it's like...
But But we're talking super exclusive. I'm not talking some trashy stepmom sells her daughter on the side. I'm talking like you're going to an island where you know you have total anonymity. You're with other billionaires. There's mutually assured destruction with the other millionaires. What do you pay? I'm saying, what do you pay? What's the fee to get onto Epstein Island?
I know it. Yeah, I guess if I look at it more like a resort vacation and it includes
All inclusive.
yeah, then I'm spending $100,000. You're right, because if there's mimosas,
Yeah.
that's a fair. Yeah, like if I do think about it, I know it seems like a joke, but if I do think about it as like you're getting an island, like did you see that movie? It was a horror movie where these black girls who were like waitresses for this thing. It's supposed to mimic Epstein a bit, just no kids. It's like adult women, and they get taken to an island and they clearly get drugged and messed with, and then they're brought back off the island and they just think, oh, I was at that island and nothing happened because they don't remember, right? Yeah. But anyway, there was that, and when I saw that island, besides the graping and all that kind of stuff, I was like, they're giving a full experience. So if he was doing that at Epstein, you're probably right. Like,
lodging,
100,000.
whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
and like, of course, not everybody was just paying to go to the island, but I'm more kind of coming up with an idea of like, what's the value each time to visit? What's the value or whatever? And like, ultimately though, so let's say we know Bill Clinton went like 27 times or something, right? So you're talking about $2.7 million in kid pussy. Bill Clinton maybe was worth. Again, I don't think that Bill Clinton paid for kid pussy, but let's just say in whatever deals were signed or whatever was made, if the value's about $100,000 a pop.
Well, you don't pay for kid pussy. You pay to
do something. You
tell
pay,
them to go home.
You know what I mean? You make you get the kid pussy for free. You just signed a treaty for some fucking weird country for the mineral rights or something.
Sure, right?
Yeah. So like, if Bill Clinton's $2.7 million worth of kid pussy over 20 years, how much Les Wexner's what? How much whatever? It can't all be kid pussy money. Is what the point is, that it's like, it's just
I forgot
not an abundant enough. The supply and demand is not there great enough for that to be the source of his wealth. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You could be crazy rich being selling kid pussy if you got away with it as long as he did, but not what he had. You couldn't get like the people not giving you access to the capital and the whatever that he got for just kid pussy alone. So clearly there was other things that he was doing. And yeah, it dawned on me today, Robert Maxwell falls off the back of a boat in like not particularly good financial straits. And then around the same time, Jeffrey Epstein becomes this really wealthy guy who's connected to everybody. Like, it's obvious to see the Robert Maxwell connections to Mossad and the shit. But you also realize, like, oh, Robert Maxwell hid all of his money with Jeffrey Epstein. And that's where all the connections and all the passing along went. And then he went oopsie-doops off the back of a boat for whatever reason. And then that's that. So So
that's interesting that's how he died. I will say this, even if you don't believe in like certain conspiracies, you have to at least go, whoa, that's weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
And it is weird to all that. Do you have the Gene Roddenberry video still up?
Oh, yeah.
Let's play. You want to, and this is what I hate about all of it, is the whole time everybody is going, oh, it's this big covered secret. How could any of us known? And then play some more of this clip.
They
talking about
They
his
would be
daughters.
So clean and their hair done, their starched dresses, and how when they would bend over, the dresses would come up, and you'd see the panties, and it. They just, little girls are just totally beautiful things, and I was happy. I was lucky with my girls.
Yeah,
I gotta say, and this is gonna seem terrible, but the first half that we had played, I go, saying little girls are delicious is weird for sure.
Sure.
But you got to throw out at least 10% chance he's not a pedophile, because it's like, sometimes they use words back then that that's a slip up. He was thinking of another word, you know?
Delicious might have just been in for the
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Second half, indisputable truth, like
Yeah.
that he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That second half was like, why would you talk about, when the wind blows the dresses up my daughter's fannies?
Where do you ever get the panties?
Yeah, why? Like, I mean, it does. There's no, and I mean, in every normal way. If you're a normal father, it's very normal at a young age to like see your daughter in her panties because
That
you
just
help
happens.
dress them and everything.
Yeah.
But he's talking about, I caught a sneak peek at my daughter's panties. You know what I mean? Like a normal father would be like, oh fuck, I see him all the time.
Yeah,
I gotta pull the dress off and put it back. Like they're very, mechanical about it. But he's
almost
like
medicinal.
Yeah, but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, ooh,
Yeah.
I didn't know I was getting a gift today.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, God granted me another big gust. God bless the gust.
What a wonderful gust of wind.
He checks his, and I know that back then they didn't have this, but he invented Star Trek, so he had it. Where he went, ooh, when there's the like little blustery guys on your weather app, he's like, it's gonna be a good day today. Let's get to the park.
Yeah.
And that guy invented Star Trek or whatever. He's like the guy who started Star Trek. So
I am so excited. Not this doesn't come up a lot anymore, but when I was in university, I knew more nerds. I knew more nerds. If I wish I knew about that video, because every single time one of them told me they're a big fan of Star Trek, and Star Trek is actually better and more accurate than Star Wars.
yeah.
Playing that would have made me feel so great.
Next time, by the way, what fucking fake weird world do you live in? Like, I wish Star Trek was more realistic. What a great world this would be if Star Trek was more. It's not.
Then Star Wars is their argument.
I understand the argument.
Yeah.
I understand the argument. No, a bar full of fucking mutants that shoot at each other is far more realistic than a bunch of space countries having diplomacy. A bunch of countries that don't have to share resources with each other. They literally have nothing to do with each other at all, except for they float around in space and fucking occasionally float by each other. There's literally no chance in the world that under the conditions of Star Trek, they get along at all.
I see where you're going with that.
It makes no sense. It's just not how we are.
Yeah.
Right? Star Wars is actually how we are. It's a beautiful idea because the reason it's funny because people will say it's more realistic, but what they mean is more ideal. They don't actually mean it's more realistic because we don't live in that world.
Well, they also their big sticking point. There's no magic in Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like the Force. There's no. That's the real part. If you take away everything else, I think I agree with you. It's if anything, the diplomacy in Star Wars is meant to mimic how bullshit diplomacy is in real life.
Absolutely.
Especially the prequels, which people hate. But yeah, I know what you mean. But they get stuck on, but you can push things with your mind. That's fake bullshit.
Yeah, but it's like also there's a black lady in a position of power on a starship. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it's the future.
Yeah, no,
it's the future.
But that's kind of my point, is that it's
Michelle
like
Obama.
It was all about Michelle. Well, people would argue that that's not a black woman, but
oh yeah, I heard that one.
Yeah,
that one I give no credence.
Yeah,
to.
I'm not big. There was a video of her on Ellen where it looked like she had a hog. That was like the big thing. If you watch,
now you're turning me on.
Yeah. There's a clip, and by the way, just watching Ellen, could you? I mean. Just the idea, if in the world where Michelle Obama does have just a big fat black cock hiding under that pantsuit, right?
Yeah.
Just the idea of, because she still presents as a woman.
Yeah.
So hypothetically, you would still imagine Ellen would be attracted to her. Let's be honest, lesbians are still kind of whatever, so they're still going to be attracted to the power of Michelle Obama. So just imagine Ellen on her knees sucking Michelle Obama's fat black hog in the green room. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not against that. Although I'm a half believer in Ellen. Kind of looks like a racist. I don't know what it is about her.
Yeah, well, she's got a Nazi haircut.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. She did that one for a bit. people thought it was a Bieber, but it's like the Bieber was just we were just doing Nazi for a bit there.
It's true. Yeah,
So,
yeah. Yes. I still call it, and I use this accidentally in public situations with normal people. I used to call it the Skin Diamond. Do you remember Skin Diamond?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
She was the first
yeah.
person I saw with that haircut.
Yeah, it's
And
funny
then
you couldn't a second ago you couldn't remember a porn star, but now you got your second one. of the
now
episode.
I'm in. It's like riding a bike.
Yeah.
You just
Skid Diamond was a good alt. Yeah.
yeah. My answer now I realize is Misty Stone is my favorite porn star.
Misty Stone. Wow, you really do. Is this all like? Is this pretty black?
No. There's others that aren't. There's still one I cannot remember her name, and she's a little more current than the ones I've mentioned.
Okay.
And
Current, I won't know. I got to be honest. I just don't.
No, I'm
like,
okay.
care
Sorry,
anymore
I
or
say
know.
more current.
Yeah.
I think we're talking. She was at her peak 5 to 10 years ago. I don't. Yeah, I don't know who's big now. If you're in the comments, tell us who's a big.
I
big porn star right
I guess
now.
the last. I think it's going to be
Look it
interesting.
up.
I think the last big porn star will be. Do you know the Impulsive podcast?
Yeah.
With whatever.
Oh,
who was Big Mike's girlfriend who drank the piss out the bowl? It wasn't Lena the Plug. That's the other fellas.
yeah. That's who I was thinking of.
What was their last name?
Oh, you're right. She was famous.
Yeah, she was the biggest one for a bit. And I think that's the death. I think that is kind of the end of there even being a biggest porn star.
I look at it like you're kind of right in the sense that, let's always take this back to wrestling. You know how you can say a wrestler was famous, but there's wrestling famous, and then people who like a regular person who thinks wrestling is stupid knows their name, right? Like you have to say, as much as everyone was like famous and everything, there's something about Hulk Hogan that
Like
he
Jenna Jameson is Hulk Hogan.
Right.
Big fake blonde. Yeah.
You know who I remember almost getting there there was a girl named Sasha Grey. And she had also started doing like,
but I believe it was the
movies.
crossover aspect of her life that kind of made her. Was she on like an Eminem song once or something?
Maybe.
I believe that she had like that level of crossover. No, yeah, Jenna Jameson is sort of the Hulk Hogan of professional fucking. And then yes, later on you sort of had, I guess Riley Reid might be like a John Cena, where it was like she was the face of porn at a time where the money, like the money was probably fine because they were probably getting better rights, but the arenas weren't as full. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like Jenna Jameson could fill a fucking arena, whereas Riley Reid was more just like we were getting more per customer at that point. I think it was probably the and I have no idea who Roman Reigns would be at this point, like who the biggest, because now you don't just need to be like there is no just being a porn star anymore. Like I guess technically the biggest porn star now probably is Bonnie Blue.
See, I don't even know who that is, and I found
it's the girl who fucked 1,000 people.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I did agree. I heard about that. I'm currently on a list of top porn stars of 2026.
Okay.
And I've gone from 1 to I'm now at 8. Still, I have never seen.
Hit me with all the names. Let's go through it. Let's give these girls some attention.
Yeah, I'm not as. I think you're right. I'm just like you. I realize. I guess I don't really watch porn as much anymore.
Yeah, I just not.
I mean, we're also in relationships, and I'm not a believer in. Oh, I'm in a relationship. I don't watch porn anymore. But I don't know. Maybe I'm old.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
you're like, I don't need to waste nuts to this.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I really. You know what? I look at it like drinking. When I was at the height of my drinking, I thought I'm always going to drink.
Yeah.
And I've slowed down.
Yeah.
And similar, I guess, to porn, I've slowed down.
I think you don't drink alone.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the opposite. The problem is I'm never alone at home because I'm in a 2-bedroom apartment with my girl and my stepdaughter.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably part of it too.
And also just I feel like the presence, even if your stepdaughter wasn't there, I think just knowing her stuff is there has got to make it like harder.
Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't
yeah,
help.
yeah.
Yeah. It's
So,
like
sorry.
even sex that affects sex.
Do you want to give me the names?
Yeah, sorry. I accidentally scrolled to the top, so now I had to scroll back to the bottom. So I'm at 4 now. 3, 2, 1. No, I'm just kidding. So there's a gingery girl named Ellie Clutch. Anything? Let's go up the list until you hit one. I'll go real quick.
Here. Along with this, I'm going to look at their IGs. Please, also, I'm going to need Kennedy to rewatch this episode. She knows why I'm looking at these IGs.
Well,
but Ellie
Yeah, I mean,
Clutch.
and then you're
ELLIE.
ELL. You know, why don't I send you this link?
Perfect. Yeah. That works.
In
That
text,
works nice.
and then you can click on this list.
It's going to be pretty suspicious.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Well,
again.
no, she'll be like, oh, so Sanker's your fucking piece of shit friend I don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you always got one where your girlfriend's like, I don't like that one friend.
First of all, I don't know if I trust pornlinks.com, but we'll go. Okay. Oh, wow. How far? What were they doing? The top 45.
Yeah, it goes a lot. We don't have to go to 45.
No, but that's just an odd. 45 is a very strange number to choose. You couldn't just put 5 more of them
Yeah.
on the list? Like,
Yeah,
that
it
feels
is.
almost spiteful. Okay, we got so Ellie Clutch.
Yeah, I have no recognition.
Oh, wow, you can actually they give them full bios. if
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
down.
So it helps if you saw this and you're like, haven't heard of this girl, but very beautiful. I want to find out more.
Yeah, I like that are we sponsored by this now? Ellie
maybe.
Clutch. Okay, 5'10", tall bitch.
Next one, opposite. You'll see.
Fake boobs, no. Years active since 2023. Number of movies 70 plus. Yuck. Let's see. Your sister's BFF. She's got 235,000 followers. All right, we're gonna go to the next one. Does black scenes? No, thank you.
But opposite weight, 4'11".
Cobby Thompson, 4'11", 143. Significantly heavier than the 5'10" lady. Fake boobs, yes.
Those are fake boobs. Yeah.
Since 2023, these girls all had a rough pandemic.
I will say, as we look at this, usually the way the porn list, because I've looked up porn lists many times in my life. Usually this also is kind of a best new artist type of thing.
Sure, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's good to keep current. She's at 663 scenes, and so far in her profile, all white. Sky Wonderland.
Yeah, nothing. I've never seen her before.
Me neither. Either this profile doesn't even exist. Well, that's not good. She probably said something racist. Let's see. Isabella. That's a terrible name. Let's see. The Isabella.
Oh, because it's Isabella.
Yeah. 263 followers. So, like, none of this is particularly impressive. Black DP on this lady. Alexa Chains. I mean, I do appreciate the grunge reference. Astera Jade.
man.
Yeah, I got no idea who any of these people are.
Yeah.
I am worried that maybe these are not the biggest ones currently. That maybe this is just sort of
Yeah,
maybe,
but
maybe this
I guess
website
to the point, how
manages
would we
them.
know?
Well, and that is kind of the thing. There just isn't. I don't think
Maybe
we're
Charlie
ever
can
gonna have
actually.
another
Charlie, do
goat.
you still watch a lot of porn?
Not really.
No, shit, man. Yeah, we need someone who watches a lot of porn. You know what's weird is an underratedly there's not a lot. I believe us because I think we're having a very honest conversation.
Sure, I'm not.
But
yeah.
I feel like past a certain age, like when you were in high school, a lot of your friends would like talk about it or whatever. But past a certain age, guys started like lying to me about watching porn. They're like, no, I don't really watch it. You know?
I'll be honest. If someone my age came up to me and started having a in-depth conversation about a porn star they enjoyed, I would be fairly concerned. You know what I mean? Like, you should not be at the level of like keeping tabs on your favorites at a certain point.
But I mean, then what is that's OnlyFans? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what you should move on to that at some point. You should have some attractive niece you can follow on OnlyFans that will like get you off of like knowing who a girl is. I almost feel like at a certain point you should have at least developed sexually enough to have things you want to watch,
Yeah.
as opposed to people you want to watch.
Right. Okay, I get what you mean.
You
Like
know?
they're like, who's your favorite actor? And I'm like, I don't know, but I like to watch horror movies.
You know, like, I don't know who my favorite. Yes, you know,
Yeah.
like I don't know who my favorite porn star is, but I do like it when a girl is on her phone with her boyfriend, but
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
cheating
yeah.
on him,
I
and she's
get-
got to
yeah,
keep
yeah,
it
yeah.
quiet while you're
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
phone, but she's got to whatever. I
I
like
do like-
that.
I like
so
cheating.
whoever's starring in
Yeah,
that
yeah.
most recently,
You're right. Yeah.
but not like I'm not keeping up with the different things that you're exploring in
Maybe
your
that's
career.
a sad state of affairs because you ever heard that? I forget who it was. I think it's Tarantino who said like there aren't famous actors anymore. There's just like Captain America. You know, like the role is more like people don't know actors anymore. They just know like roles and movies. And
I don't know
maybe
if
that's
I
what's going on
entirely
with
believe
porn.
That's true.
I don't know. It's a Tarantino thing. Look, he's a very reputable person because
Sure.
he's
Thank
a
you.
great. You
Yeah.
know, I'm vouching for Quentin Tarantino.
I'm glad to finally have someone stick up for him.
Yeah.
No, I'm a big Tarantino guy, but I don't know that that's true. Like Timothy Chalamet, like I think that he's maybe just conflating the idea that I think we just don't talk about movies anymore. Like, I just don't think it's part of the cultural conversation because they've become kind of niche. Like,
Yeah.
and even superhero movies are kind of niche. We think that like all these people watch these superhero movies, but ultimately, what do you think more people watched, Avengers or Forrest Gump?
Yeah. Forrest Gump, I think. Yeah.
Because you certainly can reference Forrest Gump. Tell me one line from the Avengers. I have no idea. I think I watched the first one. And
Well,
it
if,
never
if it's the
continued.
first, I have a couple lines from the first one, but I was all in at that time.
Hit me.
Well, there's a part where the Hulk,
It says Hulk smash.
he beats up Loki.
Okay.
And then he goes puny god or whatever, and he walks because he used to say puny human sometimes. It's like a
Sure.
reference. Yeah.
Sure.
There's that one.
Okay.
I'm probably if I thought about it, there's more, but it was like I'm a somewhat of a comic book nerd in that I still read them once in a while.
Sure.
Not a lot, but but whatever. And still, even me, I was like, I can't keep watching these.
Well, and they made it like purposefully hard. Wrestling does the same thing.
Yeah,
where
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
really challenging you to watch everything possible, and like, and if you do, that's kind of your only hobby. Like,
Yeah.
they are creating a scenario where your only hobby can be that one particular thing. But ultimately, like, it's kind of silly to say. Even the point he's trying to make is kind of silly because the movie was called Captain America. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
so like if the movie was called Brad Pitt, like you know what I mean? Like, I think it would be easier if there was a film Timothy Chalamet. I think that more people would know Timothy Chalamet, you know?
Yeah. Timothy Chalamet, it's funny, is I haven't really watched much that he's in. Like, I haven't watched Dune yet or anything like that. So I just know there's all this hype around this guy that I have no reference for.
Yeah. I don't know that I've ever seen a Timothy Chalamet film. I mean, I probably have.
I mean, they say Doom is good. Dune.
Dune, I'm never going to watch Dune in a million years. I'm not a fantasy whatever guy as much as the only fantasy I like is the fantasy that Ian Roddenberry had about his daughter's panties. I don't tend to watch like.
You love these movies.
Oh, this is what he said.
These Marvel movies.
I don't love them. They're the only things that seem to be made. They are the entire representation of this era of movies right now. And there's not really much room for anything else.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Part of the marvelization of Hollywood is you have all these actors who have become famous playing these
parts,
characters.
yeah.
If an actor stars in a movie that does as good as the Marvel movies do, well, that guy's a new star. They're an absolute star. And that means that people dig him or her, and they like them, and they want to see them and stuff. But that's not the case now. They're not movie stars. Captain America is the star.
Right.
Thor is the star. These franchise characters that become a star.
You love these movies.
Nah.
So he's
I
arguing, yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with his point of view on things. The Marvelification of movies is because movies became prohibitively expensive.
Yeah.
And nobody was going to make a movie that wasn't guaranteed to be at least somewhat productive. And it was easier. That's why everything was a sequel, a prequel, or part of a franchise that everyone already knew about.
Right.
Nobody would make anything else because nobody was going to risk the money necessary Like, again, at the end of Top Gun 2, for the premiere of Top Gun 2, Tom Cruise should have come out, made a beautiful speech. You know what I mean? Like, only Tom Cruise could make. And he's the perfect person, and it was the perfect movie. In my opinion, it's the last film. He should have, after Top Gun premiered, Hollywood Bowl, big premiere, big deal. Mm-hmm. And he should have said, we've had a great time here. We've made a lot of history. We've made a lot of art. It's time to say goodbye. And he should have flipped open the lid, exposed a big red button, and just nuked LA. He should have just, Tom Cruise, with everybody in it, Tom Cruise should have nuked Los Angeles. It would have gotten rid of all that. We wouldn't be talking about the Epstein files had Tom Cruise nuked LA after Top Gun 2 came out.
Yeah.
There'd be nobody left to talk about. So he should have just nuked LA, gone, it's all gone, whatever, let movies be made by like the Daily Wire or whatever, and then we just move on from it. Like, if you can't make a movie outside the Hollywood system, you can't make a movie. Like, you either got to figure it out or you don't.
That was, I think, a very hilarious. That brings me to another thought. Is a very hilarious thing that I enjoyed was for a long time, and I watched a lot of videos, and I think they were right about some stuff. There was this whole thing of like, did you hear the expression "go woke, go broke" or whatever?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the whole idea is like, hey, you're making a woke media movie, whatever. It's gonna be bad, and you guys don't understand. And they are somewhat right. They are not wrong. They're not, everything. But what they didn't understand is also, if you make a really right-wingy movie too,
sucks.
It's terrible. Yeah.
And it's not, I think what we all have to realize is that it's not about either of them.
Yeah.
It's about that they're inauthentic.
Yes.
If you're going into a project that's supposed to be art and your entire idea is to tell people how to think or feel, that's not, you're supposed to tell people how you think or feel. Like, you can't go into a project that way. Art is supposed to be authentic, and we smell when something is inauthentic.
That's it's a stand-up comedy thing.
Of course. When you hate a comedian, usually it's because you feel like something he's doing is inauthentic. Like, that is the number one thing that is like a detriment to a comic. And an audience can smell that. And it's not even about a comedian. There are nights where I'm inauthentic. Patrice said you're doing an impression of yourself where you feel a little bit off, but you got to go to work regardless. I'm doing Rob Mayhew's act. I'm not being Rob Mayhew.
Right.
So, and like, audiences can tell that. That's not always going to be good. This is why I love Alex Brovidani, because Alex Brovidani, as far into stand-up as he is, has not noticed the difference yet in the effect of his own performance. Alex believes that he has written these words down in a certain order, and if he continues to deliver them, the reaction should be the same every time. He doesn't realize that sometimes he comes in and hates everything around him, and that affects the performance. He just thinks like, I don't know, I said the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
This must be your fault, and whatever. But anyways, how much time do we have left? Because we got to...
Yeah. I do want to play that video because it's just funny on its own. We have 5 minutes till an hour. Cool. I would like, if you, well, it's up to you. It's, it's your podcast, but if you don't mind that video you told me about, I watched it while you were up there, smoking your dope. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, this is just phenomenal. And also the video I found for it is as succinct as I've seen a video I tried to pull up last minute.
Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+. This is abhorrent. This is callous.
You want to hear it one more time?
I want to see, here, we're going to have a test. We're going to listen to it, and we're both going to try to remember how
many letters?
I'm going to see how many letters of this I can remember.
Okay, because there is a part where I can pause it and see the letter, and I'll count it after. So we'll.
Okay.
I haven't looked yet, so
between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2S LGBTQIA+.
Okay.
So it's too fast. I'll take a guess, but it was a little too fast for me.
Okay. Let's see.
Do you want one more time?
No, I want to see what I
Okay.
can do on that.
All right.
W
I'm just going.
I G 2 S LGBTQIA plus.
Right. I didn't even listen to you. How much is that?
MMWIG 2S LGBTQIA plus.
All right. And let's.
Canadian lawmaker Leah Gazan drew gales of mockery for showing just how woke she is by casually dropping an absurdly long 16-character LGBTQ acronym while speaking at a press conference. Gazan uncorked the new ultra-lefty term while bemoaning $7 billion in budget cuts to a pair of federal Indigenous departments. They provided zero...
I got it.
Okay, so one more time.
Yeah.
MMWIG 2S LGBTQIA plus.
So you flipped 2 letters, but otherwise, like, you were pretty good on the amount.
Okay.
But you missed 1 letter. And it's a repeat. 1 letter is doubled. You were pretty good.
Is it MWM? Murdered, missing. IGW? Is it MMIGW2S?
No.
LGBT? No.
You're off. You flipped. So right now you're in the flip part. You flipped 2 letters.
Okay. In the beginning or the end?
What I'm saying is that it's in the first half is your flip. I'll give you that much. In the first half you have a flip. In the second half you have a missing letter.
Oh God. Okay, just give me what it is.
All right. So it's the flip is the G and the W. It's MMIWG, not GW.
MMIW. Murdered, missing Indigenous women. Oh, I was just putting a Indigenous as IG for some reason.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Okay, so murdered, missing Indigenous women. And then what's on that after
G?
women? What's the G then?
I don't know what the G is. I don't.
Murdered, missing Indigenous women. And then I knew there was a G, but I thought it was part of Indigenous.
Yeah, I don't know what the G is. And
Okay,
then,
Two
that's
Spirit.
2, 5.
Wait, no, it's an S.
Oh, S. Yeah.
2S, Two Spirit.
Yeah. Sorry, you're right. I'm blind.
LGBTQIA plus.
So, 2 Qs. I don't know.
Two
what,
Qs.
2 Qs. 2 Qs. That's what.
Can't the Qs just be multiple things? Ultimately, do we need them to be different?
Well, I mean, there was a great joke by a comedian. I don't remember who it is, and he said it's all gay, and not in a mean way. He's like, if you're this, that's gay.
Yeah.
And if you're this other thing, he's like, that's also gay, and that's okay. That's all gay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
what I thought. So it said the genocide of those. So there's a genocide of. First of all, how do you genocide murdered and missing women? That doesn't seem to like.
Well, the missing women aren't genocided, I assume, because that's suggesting.
But
then
why do you need to include it even grammatically? It's like saying, oh, they're genociding murdered Gazan children, but you're not. But you can't. You know what I mean?
I'm a big believer. I do still believe in forms of like. I do believe there's racism out there. I do believe but I do think this is like a. I hate to use these words, but yeah, I think everybody wants. It's not that everyone wants to be a victim, but many people believe themselves to be a victim, and they want to add to somebody else's cause. Like this started as a couple letters, and that's
well,
cool.
And that's the thing. But I guess is bothering me about it is not even necessarily. By the way, everyone is upset about the acronym. God bless that she's just saying some letters. Imagine she was standing at the podium saying the murdered and missing indigenous two-spirit women of whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather these people just be saying M's and W's and shit. So, like, great. But
I like the idea of there's a missing indigenous woman, but she's like just trapped somewhere and they give her a TV to watch TV or whatever. And she's like, I'm not gay.
yeah, well, that's what I mean. But that's kind of my point, is that, like, it seems as if she's only addressing, while we're calling it a genocide, it feels like she's only addressing murdered, missing indigenous women who also love to eat pussy or have a dick.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, it is. It
the
seems
straight ones. Yeah.
like, and that's a genocide. Apparently, I had no idea that we even had. If you were to guess how many murdered and missing indigenous women who also happen to be part of the LGBTQIA plus community. How many women would you guess that is in the entirety of the country? We have 33 million people. 12?
Yeah, that's a good number.
Like 12 seems about right.
That's a good number.
Right? So how do you genocide 12 people? Like, that'd have to just be that they're all gone.
Yeah, but even then, I don't know what. There has to be a. Where's my phone? I have to look it up because there has to be. Again, we're back to thresholds. There has to be a threshold for a genocide. Also,
yeah, percentage-wise.
Yeah.
Where if you've killed 80% of any particular type of people.
You're right about percent.
Okay.
Because if there's an island where there's tribesmen and there's only 24 of them, but you kill them all, you would have to call that a genocide, even though 24 is a very small number.
Would you have to call it a genocide, or would you have to call it an ethnic cleansing? Because you've technically cleansed us of that ethnicity, but I still think there should be a numerical threshold to reach genocide.
I got stuck in porn stars again.
Augusta genocide.
What makes... Oh, no, I don't want that because it's just going to... how many for a genocide?
Yeah. It still will probably be a little flimsy with you, but
yeah.
I bet you it'll be higher than 12.
How many kills for a genocide? AI overview. Kills being... What?
It probably just doesn't even want to have this conversation.
No, it's referencing, I think, either a book or a video game or something that's so funny. It goes in Undertale, a genocide, whatever Undertale is. It's some form of media. So it basically will only use the word genocide in reference to a video game or a book.
Yeah, it is very, very careful. It's gone. Enjoy AI while you can. I do want to finish on one other thing quickly. I got into this briefly last week, and I just feel like it's sound financial advice. And quickly, me and you have to also settle, not settle, but set up
our bet. Yep.
A bet. And so I was saying at the beginning of the episode, I was looking to see if I could bet on whether America will be dropping a tactical. And by the way, am I allowed in this bet? So I said that I believe a tactical nuke will be dropped on Iran. Am I allowed both America and Israel? We're not leaving me with just America, right? We're including as if Israel also drops a nuke on Iran. Now I get those points too.
So I meant Trump, but I think
You gotta give me BB.
I don't know because I was betting. I don't think America would do that. Do I think Israel would? It's possible, and I'm not pro-Israel, but I'm just like
you're pretty neutral on Israel.
There's other countries doing bad things, and we just choose them. There's a lot of bad going out in the world, and we're honestly, anti-Semitic, so that's why we think of them. That's my thoughts.
And it's not just also, again, like I said last week or the week before, there's a whole religious thing going on. The Mike Huckabees and whatever of the world think that like the rapture happens there and Christians need it to take place or whatever. Also, it's a great place to hide your money in pedophiles. And we need that as well. You know what I mean? So there's that aspect of why it's a useful country as well.
Okay.
But I believe that America or Israel will drop a tactical nuclear weapon on Iran within. How about this? I'll give you a shorter
So I was going to say
window of
this.
time.
That's what I was going to say. I'll trade off. If you add Israel,
Okay.
we need to shorten the time.
Listen, it's not interesting anyways, podcast wise, if we drag it on too long.
Sure.
So, how about let's make it someplace reasonable. Dinner at Sneaky D's.
Sure.
I'll give you. Is till June 1st acceptable?
No, nice, easy. We're in April, May, June.
So
Because I was originally gonna say roughly 3 months. That's what, 2.5.
I think 3 months is too uninteresting for the podcast. We won't
June
remember.
1st.
I think by June 1st,
Perfect. Yep.
we have dropped a tactical nuke on
I'm
the
fine
country
with
of
that.
Iran. Cool. Awesome. And also, just the last point before we go, invest in nuclear. It's coming. The arguments are bad
Can you
anyways.
invest in nuclear? Can you invest in nuclear?
Absolutely. There are like multiple places. I think I kind of started explaining it. You want to invest in whatever company you find, but uranium
Right.
mining. You want to invest in a uranium mining company. You want to invest in a company that does the instrumentation of uranium, like they build the tools for it.
I get what you're saying.
And then there are these new things they're doing that are essentially like generators with nuclear power that I think if AI is going to survive, you're going to see that a lot of these AI plants go to sort of, there was a name from there, like nuclear, but like kind of hyphenated or something.
Yeah.
There was a specific company that is particularly ahead on that. I only think that's good. If the war ends, that one will be good. The other two, though, are good either way because this is a shift to nuclear power. And, like, don't be afraid of nuclear power. Nuclear power is fine. Like, it's not Homer Simpson 3 Mile Island time anymore and shit. My thing is when I try to explain nuclear power is it's sort of the, like, you're more likely to be killed on the way to the airport than on the plane thing.
Right.
You know, where it's like we always point to these big tragedies, but you're like, well, what's the biggest human catastrophe? Do you know this? You might know this. What do you think the largest man-made human catastrophe, like accidental, not nuclear bombs, accidental one of all time was?
Well, I mean, top of my head, it's like, Chernobyl is coming up, but
Sure.
like, I feel like based on how you're asking, it's not going to be the right answer. It's something else.
It's the BP explosion in India in like the 80s
That's
or 90s.
a concentration of people thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
but if you look at like, so here's the thing: if you look at like the top 10, Chernobyl makes it,
Right.
but the other 9 are oil related.
Right.
You know, it's like, remember the fucking oily ducts we had to clean up and whatever. It's like, how often are we cleaning up oily ducts? You know, like, did you watch Chernobyl, the HBO series?
No.
It's great.
I've seen clips.
Well worth it.
It's reached the internet where you can like catch.
There's a
clips.
particularly hard scene where they shovel a bunch of dead dogs into a pit. And it's a tough one to sit through. It's usually the scene that is seared into people's memory about the show.
Because all that good meat is to waste.
You know what I mean? Especially in Russia. And but think about all the oily ducks that we've shoveled into graves. You know what I mean? Like we go, the dead dogs, that whatever. But we've killed a lot of oily ducks.
Yeah,
and a lot of shrimps that didn't get eaten.
Sad.
You know what I mean? Do you know how many shrimps Flava Flav couldn't have at Red Lobster for a shrimp fest that year because they were all oily?
Yeah, that's true.
They probably still serve those at Red Lobster.
I mean, they have oily.
They got a lot of the oily shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else you want to add, Sanker?
No. I just love the That was great.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. June 1st. Will there be an dinner at Sneaky D's?
Yeah.
Which is the lowest stake things we could possibly do. Sorry to the people of Iran if you die or whatever, but we'll be eating at Sneaky D's.